happened, and it was pretty good. By the way, we just want to thank you all for joining us here at Kingslayer 2 Part 2, Berea Battleground 8. It's been a real fun time. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, be sure to tweet at Events to Compete or at myself at NotJamesKPolk to tell me just how much you love what we do. Any suggestions, any questions, any comments, any gripes and groans, send them my way. I will field them. What? Go ahead. Alright, my boy, you might remember him as the Butt Rumbler, but he has since retired from his butt rumbling ways, and he is now Astrea. He is a Greek goddess, literally. My boy, Astrea, here to compensate.
Yeah, boy,
right,
Astrea.
Astrea and Riddler are going to hop on commentary. Good stuff. Let's go. Okay.
Hello, fam. I'm Astrea.
Hello, fam.
You may remember me from such films as doing a lot of things wrong against Agent in the Samus Berea matchup. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to watch this set between Mav and IcyMist. Now, Mav and IcyMist are actually from the same region, and also pretty much the same city. They're both from the Pittsburgh area. And so these two have played quite a bit in friendlies, but from what I've heard Mav tell me a few times, these two players don't actually meet in bracket very often. Like, it's actually quite rare that these two will actually meet in bracket, regardless of the fact that these are two very skilled players that you would think would, on normal occasion, play each other in bracket, but they don't. So, the stage of Battlefield with for Cloud and Samus, this stage is obviously like much better for Cloud than Samus, but Samus also can greatly benefit from the stage in that both of these characters have a great juggle game. They're able to efficiently apply platform onto each other's shields when they're on platforms. So Samus can just short hop up air and essentially be pretty safe. You can sometimes get both hits of neutral air. Cloud can just short hop, spam up airs, all that good stuff. But right now we're having actually a pretty even set right now between these two players. IcyMist managing to keep the stage control forward now. I actually didn't realize Mav lost his limit. I'm not sure what he was going for that caused him to lose it, but he ended up losing it. Goes to land. IcyMist lands that screw attack to take that first stock from Mav. And it makes me curious to see what the option is going to be that Mav will be opting to go for in order to take this first stock away from IcyMist. Right now, IcyMist playing wisely right now. Mav going to take a little bit of that stage control. IcyMist trying to see if Mav would try and run down and maybe go for a neutral air, but Mav not opting for that option to run off the platform. And unfortunately, Mav gets neutral aired off the stage, burning his double jump. And Cloud unfortunately cannot make that back, now without his limit. Hello, Plank.
What's going on, Plank?
Yeah, I'm reading the chat from over here. Hello, Plank.
I don't really think, honestly, I don't think it matters where they go in terms of stages, because these guys play against each other all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, the stage still very much matters in the case of the matchup. Like, maybe not so much like player versus player, but like the matchup itself, which I'm happy that Icy did win on Battlefield, because that is a hard stage for Samus to win on against Cloud. It's quite hard. But seeing the counter pick to Time and City, a little bit of a curious counter pick. I'm going to assume Mav is just looking for those earlier kills, since IcyMist being the heavy character that she is. Mav's just gonna look for those earlier kills, so maybe limit cross slash or just back air and up air. But one problem with this is when Town and City goes into this FD form is that Samus is able to play that mid-range game a lot better. And I actually thought for a moment Icy didn't have their double jump, because actually it was actually something that I saw happen earlier in doubles, that they forward aired and they meant to maybe tether or use their double. But IcyMist right now being quite patient, waiting for Mav to make mistakes. That was actually a good reverse. Ooh, that was a good jab one into the bomb, into the charge shot. That is something that can actually be true. Normally whenever I see that happen, when you jab one into the morph bomb, it sends them back to you, and then you charge shot. But in that instance, that was completely different. They still went off stage, but they had enough hits done that or they were in that hit stun long enough that they were able to connect the charge shot.
It's true as long as your opponent DIs the wrong way.
Sometimes, yeah.
If they mess up, then
Right now, Mav's got that limit online, opting for the limit blade beam.
that's why the charge shot went out there, even if get up. It would
Maybe
covering some options.
IcyMist may have been trying to predict it, that
drop
Mav
down?
would. I'm figuring IcyMist may have been looking to see if Mav would overreach the ledge. Man,
Nice.
that's the one thing about IcyMist is absolutely scary. They will wait for you to air dodge. It's kind of like, actually, honestly, kind of like Fatality if you're not used to playing Captain Falcon players. Like, they'll wait for you to air dodge and then use their aerial. Like, IcyMist is very good at waiting for those air dodges and just hitting them off when they're off stage with the nuke. We're actually going to see a switch to Falco. Now, Mav has actually talked about before, like, that he has a pocket Falco.
I mean, I know he does, but you talk about playing class.
I'm still like, I'm not in disagreement with this, like, with this switch, especially if, like, he really feels like the cloud's just not working out. Just the one though. Oh wow! IcyMist got the jab reset, but unfortunately wasn't able to follow up on it. They mistimed the up tilt, unfortunately, so they weren't able to get everything out of that jab like they could.
I agree with you. Like, you don't want to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results.
Yeah, and the one thing that I was gonna say that, like, I'm sure she knows to look out for is that the frame 1 reflector. That's one of the, like, very scary things. Like, whenever I personally have to play against Falco, I have to look for. Good recovery option from Mav, opting to go at a more upwards angle instead of straight towards the ledge, so that in order to avoid that aerial from IcyMist. Once again, Mav went for the aggressive option, and IcyMist punishing it quite swiftly.
IcyMist basically showing why he is #1 in your state.
Well, not in the state, only just in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
I actually don't know where she ranks on the Pennsylvania PR if they've updated it as of recently.
I mean, does it matter? do they have a
no,
because
IcyMist is a very good player, and everybody should know this, especially with the sets that she's played with, like, top level players. Ooh, okay. Mav's getting a little. I feel like Mav's getting a little antsy. It's just using a lot of those up Bs in order to recover.
Trying to mix it up. Yeah, he's getting caught out a lot. Like, playing against IcyMist, patience, gonna have a hard time. So don't want to mix up as much as possible. Fortunately, Falco is not the fastest, so mixing up is.
No, Falco's actually relatively slow on the ground.
Yeah.
It's honestly weird to think about, but, like, Falco also does have that air mobility, or at least got those hops. Mav's trying really hard to try and take the stock away from IcyMist, but it's just not happening. IcyMist is not having all these options he's trying.
Waited just too long.
And IcyMist takes a 3-0 over Mav.